Hi everyone, welcome to another AdWords Hangout. As you may be familiar, my name's Kathleen and I'm joined today with my colleague Tony. We both work on the AdWords team here in Google and we're in the Dublin headquarters, in EMEA. So just a couple of housekeeping things before we get started. If you're watching this live, welcome. We're streaming live from our G+ page, and if you'll look to the right of your screen, you'll see a Q&A app where you can post any questions that you have throughout the Hangout, and if we've got time, we'll get to them at the end. If you're watching this as a recording on YouTube, you'll notice below that there are timestamps, so you can skip around to the bits of information that are important to you. We have loads of information on our YouTube page, so make sure to subscribe and get lots of regular updates from the Hangout team. Okay, so Tony and I are here to talk to you today about the AdWords Holiday Checklist. What are the things that you and your business need to do before you unwind for the holiday season, and a couple things to remember that you don't forget about 2014. Okay, so we're going to get started and talk to you about making sure that you stay updated and informed throughout the holiday season. So you've winded down for the year, you're at home, you really don't want to be checking in on the computer every day, but it's important to not forget about your AdWords account. Instead of having to check in every day onto your account, why don't you set up some email scheduling to get an email to your phone or to your computer either once a day or once a week. Having this high-level information is a really good idea. So just to quickly show you how you would go about setting this up, you can set up any report in your AdWords account to be a scheduled report sent to your email. So let's just say I want to have a overview of my campaigns tab. You'll find that there is a download button right beside the search option. Click on that. I'm going to call this report Daily Overview, and I'm going to email it to myself and save. So what that's going to do is it's going to send an email to myself every day about my overview from my campaigns tab. So Tony, give us your top tip for your holiday checklist.
Well, the first thing, and probably most important thing, as it is all year round, is making sure that you're using the right keywords. Around this time of the year, it's really important to take advantage of the holiday season and maybe think about creating keywords that are going to be more popular around this time of year. So, for example, romantic presents, Christmas stocking filler, and even perhaps the gifts for the man that has everything, not unlike myself. Once you've done that and you've worked on your keywords, you can then check to see whether your ad is showing firstly and check on its position to make sure it's an optimal rank for you. So you can do that, and Kathleen will talk us through or show us that hopefully. But basically you go into Tools and Analysis, you'll check out our Ad Preview and Diagnosis tool. And once you get there, you can just key in the keyword, just put it in there right beside the preview button. Make sure your location targeting is set, as well as your domain if you'd like to work on that. And you can also opt in to check on different devices. Once you've done that, just go ahead and click preview, and then you'll be able to see your ad hopefully showing below and making sure it's in an optimal position.
Yeah, that's a really great tip. It's important to make sure that those competitors are outranking you for the top spot.
That's right.
Okay, so our next thing on our checklist is, so you're putting all this effort into these new keywords, making sure you're staying at the top of the page is important, so that's going to be your bidding strategy. So have you considered about your bidding strategy at this time of year? If you're a physical store on the high street and you want to try to drive that foot traffic or the phone calls into your business, you really need to make sure that you are using location targeting. So I'll give you a quick demo of this in a second, but basically what this is going to do is you're going to have two areas that you're targeting. So maybe let's say, well, we're in Dublin. So if I was a shop on the high street, I would target Dublin, and then I would also target Ireland. What I then want to do is have a higher bid on my customers in the city center, so they will see my ad higher, and maybe they'll pop in and buy some of my stuff. The other thing to bear in mind is your mobile traffic. Are you relying on a lot of mobile visitors to your site? If so, you may want to add a mobile bid adjustment that bumps your positioning up when someone uses a smartphone. So just to give you a quick demo of how to change these, this is going to be in your Settings tab. I'm going to go into my flowers campaign. So right now I'm already targeting Ireland. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add Dublin as a second location targeting. Now you're probably saying, you don't need to target Dublin if you're targeting Ireland, but you are going to need to have more than one if you're going to set up this location scheduling. So I'm going to go into my location sub option in my settings, and I've got Ireland and Dublin listed here. So Ireland I'm going to leave as is. It's going to go on the bid that comes from my keyword level or my ad group level bid. But for Dublin, I want to have a 20% higher bid for the people located closer to my shop. So you'll see that a £10 bid will become £12. So it's just a really quick percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then we talked about mobile, so this is going to be near the same section as well. We're just going to pop into devices as a sub-option. And we've got computers, mobiles, and tablets listed there. Now, mobiles have a smaller search results page than desktops and tablets. Tablets will have a full desktop browser search results. So mobile devices, I'm going to pop in just the same as I did on my location targeting. And I'm going to go a little bit crazy here, and I'm going to up it by 40%. Mobile traffic is really important to me. So those small little adjustments will boost my ad either when someone is on a mobile device or location targeting.
The next thing to really look at, once you've got your keywords organized, you've also looked at your bid adjustments, you should really focus on your ad text, okay? Again, another important thing year-round, but at this time of year, during the holidays, it's important to sort of take advantage of the right type of keywords that are going to entice customers to click on the ad and then visit your website. So thinking about the holiday period, why not try adding in key shopping days, promotional offers, sale dates, or even just key shipping information to make sure that those presents or those gifts are sent on time, okay? The other way that you can really take advantage of your ads is by adding site links to further describe that, further explain some of the things that you have perhaps on offer. And then finally, of course, you want to make sure that users are brought to the right page, okay, the most relevant page on your website. So make sure you're checking your destination URL and that is the page that you want customers to first arrive on from clicking your ad.
Yeah, bringing them to the right page is really important. There's nothing more frustrating than thinking you're going someplace and ending up somewhere else. So great, so we've got our bids. And then, what are you going to spend? It's your budget. So at this time of year, people do like to go crazy with the spending, but I think now is a really important time to review what you spent so far and look at what you projected to spend at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the quarter. So do a review and look at how much that you have left and really consider that in your daily budget. If you want to, we can set up something called an automated rule. Now, this is a really handy little feature that allows, it's kind of like smart adjusting in your account based on triggers. It means that you don't have to go in and check all the time, especially if you want to just sit at home and watch a movie. You don't have to go in and check on your AdWords count every couple of hours. So what I want to show you is an automated rule on how to change your budget depending on a different features. So what I'm going to do is go into my campaigns tab. Now you can do this on any tab. I find it easier to start at campaigns. I'm going to click on that automate option just below the graph and create a rule for, and you can see there's a whole list of them. What I'm going to do is budget because this is what we're talking about, our spend. So change daily budget when. So I'm going to apply this to all my deleted campaigns, so my one live campaign. My automatic action is increase daily budget. So I want my budget to increase by, let's say I'm tracking conversions on my website, and once I hit a certain number, I want my budget to increase by 20%. So I've said I've made some profit today, so I have extra money to spend on AdWords. So we're going to increase my daily budget by 20%. If you have a lot of budgets going on and you are applying this to multiple campaigns, you can set a max budget. I've only got the one, so it's not really necessary. So my requirement is I'm going to change to conversions, and my conversion is sub-option is going to be total conversion value. So if I have made a total conversion value of, let's just say 100, and this is in euros or pounds. If I've made 100 pounds on this account so far today, I'm happy to spend an extra 20% on my advertising budget. And what I want to do is I want it to be checked daily at, let's say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon to give time for those late afternoon shoppers using data from the same day. And my rule name is change daily budget. So you can change that if you have a couple of them set up. So what this is really going to be handy is, means you don't have to come in and check your account. What I also can see here is I can email myself if there are changes or errors. So, what happens if it doesn't go according to plan? Then I can send myself an email and my smartphone will buzz next to my cup of hot chocolate. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that. You can preview it. I'm confident that it's going to run okay. And it's good to play around with these and preview and see what the results are going to be. So that's our budget to make sure that we've kept on top of budget. Anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I'm looking forward to that hot chocolate too, Kathleen.
We'll have one later.
Hey, if you're anywhere like me and you're sitting on your couch watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you certainly don't want to be getting up all the time and checking your account. So there's some really good tips, Kathleen. I suppose the final thing for me would be that, now that you've done all this work and you make sure that your accounts are set up well for the holiday period, make sure that your ads are going to keep running. Be sure to set up a backup form of payment. Okay, there's nothing worse than after a great Christmas dinner, maybe the next day or two, checking your ads and then seeing that they've been down because of a payment issue. So do take the time, set up a backup form of payment. That's certainly something I would encourage everyone to look at.
Yeah, that's great. So we've covered a lot of things to do right now for campaigns that are running right now. But what happens on your post-holiday sales? The 26th of December is a really key date for a lot of retailers. Do you want to be bringing everybody into the office? Probably not. So right now is the time to get ready for your post-holiday campaigns. So these are the things that you should do now to avoid having a lot of work or any work to do when you're suffering from that turkey hangover.
Sure.
Right. So you want to set an end date to the campaigns that are currently live. So they just stop. You don't have to worry about going in and pausing them. Now, if you don't have any post-holiday campaigns, then that's your work done. However, if you have a whole bunch of sales to start running after the holidays, you're going to want to create those campaigns now and put a start date on them. So again, you don't have to go in and enable them. The other thing that you're going to want to do is create your ads now. Get them all uploaded, make sure they get all reviewed, and everything is ready to go. You don't want any snags the morning of your sales when you're trying to get the deals over your competitors. And then finally, and this is a kind of a newer one this year, if you rely on Merchant Center, which has become a lot more popular, product listing ads, Google Shopping, your product prices are more than likely going to be different on the 24th of December than they are on the 26th of December. Those holiday sales on your online store need to be reflected in your Merchant Center account. So make sure you've got a new feed ready to go, scheduled to upload on the same day that your campaign is ready to go live.
Good tip.
Yeah, great. So we've covered lots in our holiday checklist. We could keep going for hours, all the nitty-gritty things. If anyone has any questions about their holiday campaigns, their post-holiday campaigns, get in touch with your local AdWords team. We've got phone numbers for all over the globe. We have our chat support. We have our Twitter support. We're on social media. You can get us on G+, Twitter, or even sometimes on Facebook, and we'll be happy to respond to your questions in any way. So we're going to sign off for today. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to post them below the video, and we'll get back to you on YouTube. And have a great holiday, everybody. See you in 2014. Bye.